All right, on to the last of our basic operations as far as creating, deleting, finding, and editing an artist goes. So inside my queries directory, I'm going to open up my edit artist file. So this is going to be the last of the kind of a little bit more straightforward queries we're going to work on. This function has two arguments, unlike all the other ones that we've been working on. The first argument is the ID of the record that we want to update, and then the second argument is an object that contains the name, age, years active, blah, 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 of all the different properties that we want to update on this given artist. So let's find where in the UI this thing is actually called from. Inside the UI, I'm going to click on Random Artist, and then on the left-hand side, I'll click on Edit. So when I click on Edit, I am taken to a form, and inside of here, I get all the properties of that artist pre-populated inside of here. So now I could freely make changes to this, like let's say they've been years active only 3, whatever. And then we can click on Submit to actually submit this record and get the update reflected inside of our database. So that's where our logic is going to start to come into play. I'm going to add in a console log really quick just to look at the two properties or arguments that this function gets called with. So now I'm going to refresh my app, wait for the long reload time. Now again, I'm going to clear out the 12 years that I have in here. I'm going to take it down to just 3. I'll click on Submit, and then we can see the console log. So the first argument, again, it's our ID. We've definitely worked with IDs quite a good bit. And then the second argument is an object containing the age, genre, name, and years active, which is now the updated value of 3. One thing that you'll notice inside of here is that years active is being passed in as a string of 3. So this form right here is clearly not really able to distinguish between numbers and strings that we enter into it. It's just assuming that everything that we change inside of here is going to be a string. This is part of where our schema for our artist model comes into play. Because we defined our years active as an integer, or a number, Mongoose is going to automatically take this string right here, turn it into a number for us, and save it off to the database. Okay, so now that we've got a reasonable idea of the arguments that this thing is going to be called with, I'm going to let you take it away to update the artist with this very particular ID. Again, don't forget, you can always go back to the user application and reference that thing to get a better idea of how to pull this off. So I'll see you in just a second, and we'll go over some solutions.